What's up, everyone? How's everyone doing this afternoon? Welcome to the YenYorkCity Live podcast. Today we have a very special guest. He's a bass player, a streamer, a bass player and teacher, and he's also he does gaming too. He does teaching bass also on Mondays, and he's just a phenomenal, amazing streamer. And let me just lower this. Thanks everybody for coming in. He is from Brazil. Okay, so I had to, um, spice it up a little bit for the whole Brazilian vibe. So, how do you guys like my outfit? Look at my outfit. Gotta be both party and professional, when we got our Brazilians in the house, so we gotta show our love. And I want you guys to give him a follow and make sure to check him out. He streams a couple of times a week. He's gonna be telling us his schedule. And when he goes live, we're doing a duo stream. So if you guys want to pop in there and pop in here, totally fine with me. We got Legacy Drummer in the stream. What's up, Legacy Fiction Drums? EJ Luna Official helped out with everything you got going on over here, and making the streams awesome and possible. So everything you see here, it was created by EJ Luna Official, which is also a drummer here on Twitch. Babe, love you. You're awesome. So without further ado, I want to bring out our special guest. Robinson, are you okay? Let's see. Wait. I want to make sure I can hear him. Are you ready for me?
Oh yeah, ready?
He's ready for me. All right, there he
Yo,
goes.
oh yeah, York, bro.
He's such a bro. Look at him. So thank you
Yeah,
so much for being here on the podcast this afternoon. How are you doing? How's Brazil?
good. Brazil, very warm now.
Yeah, we're
I
having
think
a
maybe
heat wave.
yes, I heard about. I don't know. Maybe outside is like 30, 33, 32 Celsius. Here in Brazil, we use the Celsius system, not the
Mhm.
Fahrenheit. But it's a lovely day. I cannot complain. What about you? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I feel like it's been a crazy year. Nonetheless, 2012, we did not expect to have a year of quarantine. I mean, it's globally, we're just, all of us are sitting at home, either in quarantine or taking care of ourselves or loved ones, so, we can stay healthy and happy. But one of the things that I've been saying is the thing that's been keeping me sane and happy and keep going, is these live music streams on Twitch and having
Mhm.
musicians. A lot of the venues here are closed in New York City. So, big events, MSG, all the jazz clubs, all the clubs here that are music arenas, lounges, they're all closed. So, what's the next best thing? And actually, I think it's even better because we get to interact with musicians and we get to ask them, what their equipment's like, how it is where they are, and it also helps the community of musicians that probably are not gigging as much anymore in the outside world. So, Robson, I feel like you're definitely one of my faves, definitely bass player. Like, you just have that whole, like, so you have the vibe, you have you're a bro. So I
Yeah.
love I love your vibe. I love your attitude, your positive disposition, you're sweet, and also you have a beautiful cat named Chloe that
Yay,
she makes
yay.
she makes her appearances there too. And I love when she pops in and you give her a little pet and you can redeem, like a video of her and stuff. But most of all, I love your bass playing, and you also have those two different kinds of what would you call your streams, more or less? Like, what is it your focus, and what's your favorite music genre to play on the bass?
Yes, I think first of all, thank you so much for the invitation. Here in New York, bro.
Thank you.
Um, and nice to meet you guys from New York. I'm Robson Baroli. Like she said, I'm a bassist from Brazil, a strange place called São Paulo. And all of you brothers who are watching this, this is the link that you guys can see in York. Please drop a follow to her. She's amazing. And through this link, you can see all the content. You can see in York, you can see me, and you can see all chats. Okay, bros? For me, if I had to summarize my stream, it's I would use the verb share, to share. Because I think here it's like a place so we can share our passions, which is music, games, cats, and good vibes. And through this kind of sharing, make good friends. So share and friendship, I would use as pillars, fundamental pillars of my stream. If I had to summarize, but you guys, we talked about so much things and we play so much genres that it's hard to pick one. But we play a lot of dream theater, some progressive metal would be, and we play a lot of jazz and fusion stuff. So
Yes.
friendship, share, progressive metal, jazz, and cats. Five things to summarize this stream.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask you, what are your main influences and when did you start picking up the bass? Because I know you're classically trained and you're also a teacher. So when did you start your journey? When did you really like fall in love with playing the bass?
Oh yeah. I started in music at 8, playing in a church. Yeah, very
Wow.
slow. Yeah. And after that, at 11, I started on bass. My main influences back then was gospel music. And I played that for, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years in a church and here in Brazil. And then I discovered Dream Theater. And that blew my mind. And after the Dream Theater discover,
Hey,
I
silly
started
rabbit.
in a lot of stuff. 2 years later, I went to Conservatoire of Music here in São Paulo. I went through 3 years there, and at this point, I was working as professional musician as well. Playing in some venues, and I started to teach bass. After that, I got to university, to Music College of Music, to get the bachelor degree. In the meantime, I have done nothing live but being a professional musician. I had, of course, some very seasonal kind of jobs, but since I was 14 years old, I started to work as a professional musician, and I am 32 now, and I have done this my entire life, basically, playing music, uh, playing music, teaching music, doing some audio engineer, and this kind of stuff. And I think Dream Theater, Victor Wooten, Jazz Fusion in general, Chick Corea, Rush, Michael Jackson, all these guys behind me, they
Wow.
are my main influences. And every day I'm discovering people who had impact on me, in my way to see the world, in my way to play the bass, and not just music. Philosophy, my friends. I think we all always like uh, inside an environment and receiving vibes not that good, sometimes good, and all this stuff, this mix, this combination makes us different in in our music as well. And I think that's it.
Wow. So you started in church and so you were 8 years old. Do you remember the first song that you actually learned in the entire song and were like, look, mom, look, dad, look at the song I learned, and you were really proud of it?
Yeah, probably. I don't remember exactly, but probably was one of the the church songs.
The
And
church
there was
songs.
a band called Oficina G3 back in the days, and it was a gospel band, but they were more rock oriented. And I remember to play a few songs from them. They're all in Portuguese,
Oh,
and
nice.
they had like some influences from Rush, from Iron Maiden, but in gospel situation. And I remember kind of dearly because the bass lines from this band of Synergy 3, they were pretty complex to me back in the days, you know. So probably is the first band that I learned to play the bass lines, and I got proud of it.
Wow, that's awesome. So you knew right away from like a very young age that you wanted to be a musician and do it professionally and go to school for it and get really, dive deeper, not just as a hobby, but as a profession, right?
Yes, my first option to pursue a career was to be a medical doctor, to go through medicine school actually. Then I studied to go to the medicine university until my 15 years old. I kind of changed it to music because
Mm-hmm.
since I started to work very early with music, I kind of achieved the point back then that I couldn't see myself doing another thing, you know. So then I changed. Then I quit my plans of going to medicine school, and I started the music business. Pretty
Wow.
much.
So what was your first gig like playing in front of a big audience?
My first gig, it was on church as well. It was and it's different the point of view because on a church you don't play for, even if you have a great crowd, right? You
Mm-hmm.
don't play for them, right? You play for the Lord. But
That's beautiful.
my first gig playing music
Mm-hmm.
for people, it was in a college, it was a festival, and I had a band, a progressive metal band called In Existence,
In
and
existence.
we played a 1 hour set with Dream Theater, Rush, Pan of Salvation, Metallica, and I remember with very warm heart about that gig because it felt so good to play that repertoire first time ever to a bunch of teenagers, wild and very crazy about the songs that we were playing. And that was when I was 14, 14 years old.
Wow.
And it was great. It was pretty dope.
Wow. So, when did you decide, hey, I want to be a streamer and Twitch is the way to go? I want to start streaming on Twitch. How long has it been since you've been a Twitch streamer, streaming music?
I started actually streaming games 27 months ago. I
Oh.
do know I do know that because when I go to my badge on my chat, you know,
Mhm.
I 27 months badge. But I started just playing games. I
Mhm.
remember to see Ninja and to see some streamers of Gwent, which is a card game from The Witcher 3. Um, and I was like decent on Gwent. Here in
Oh,
South
really?
America, when they went when they went on the beta, I kind of achieved the top 100, and I thought, why not try to stream that? Then I started
Mhm.
to stream Fortnite and went, and I did that for a few months. Then I quit. Then I because I was just for fun, you know, one time
Yeah.
a week, maybe two. And on music, I started actually last year. It was March. I started with music, and October I set up my schedule, and then I started to go with some consistency. So I'm streaming music like I consider myself a streamer since October from 2019.
October last year.
Yes, exactly.
Wow. So, what would you say is, did you feel like you gained a lot of traction from starting off as a gamer here on Twitch, and then once you started, diving into the music and streaming music, did you see like it kind of skyrocket? Did you get more followers from playing games or music? What was it really like your progress and like ascending to where you are now?
Yes, I think the game community and the music community they're pretty different here on
Mhm.
Twitch and I think everywhere. Um, Music for me it's not just my profession but it was my passion since I was streaming just games. I always had the idea to stream music, but I
Mhm.
was a bit afraid and I didn't have all the equipment necessary. Here in Brazil, it's everything so expensive to get.
Mm-hmm.
So that took me some time in order to get all the hardware to start. And when did start to play bass on stream for the first time, I remember there was a lot of bassists, and music was a very small niche.
Mm-hmm.
Bassists here on Twitch when I started, I remember Riptide Sam, Edward Jacobs, um, and I think that's it. Maybe Eric plays bass, you know. Then I started. Thanks, John, for the host. And guys, go here to see the full content, okay? And welcome in the mix, Silly Rabbit and Cosmic Dragon.
Oh, Silly
Uh,
Rabbit. He came into my stream and gave me a follow. Thanks so much for the follow, Silly Rabbit. I love that name. Hey, Dark.
so when I started, bass wasn't a thing. It still is not, I think, on Twitch. But even more a Brazilian bassist, right? Because for me,
Mm-hmm.
it's a challenge to stream in another language, right? It's something that I quite aware that I'm not that good at it, and I'm trying to improve daily this situation. And so when I started doing music here, I felt like a boom in followers and this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly not because of my content, to be humble, mostly because I don't think back in the days there wasn't a lot of bassists
Mm-hmm.
or other stuff, doing what I do, which is the bass improv without reading, without uh, any assistance, just using the ears, and play multiple basses. So when I changed it, I kind of felt like, oh my gosh, I think this is what I'm gonna do, because my
Mm-hmm.
first paycheck from Twitch, it wasn't being a gamer, it wasn't being a musician. So
Wow.
I did a few months
Mm-hmm.
as a gamer,
Yeah.
and I never had a paycheck. I got affiliate and stuff, okay, but I never had reached that $100 when Twitch starts to pay the streamers. I never
Mm-hmm.
had that. Then I started to do music, and I did. So I thought, oh my gosh, I think this is this is what I need to focus. I want
Mm-hmm.
to do games. I will come back to games this week, by the way. But music, it's my main, and of course the bass is my main. Uh, and that's it. I think both are complementary. Both complementary each other. But in my situation, it's 100% bass and 20% games.
Wow. So, do you have a separate channel for games, or do you just do it in one channel and keep everything cohesive in one channel and have it like special for your followers or your subs to play games with you?
I've seen people with two channels. I did consider that, but I gonna keep here just in this channel to make things simpler.
Yeah.
And of course, I gonna play with my followers, gonna play with my subs. They're gonna have like the preference. For example, I have this Saturday. I'm gonna play with my girlfriend here, Crash Bandicoot, with followers.
Oh, that's
On
awesome.
first August 1st, I'm gonna play with Dusty Cartridges, Bloodborne. He's my mod. He's one of my subs. So
Dusty.
yeah,
I love
cartridges.
Dusty. Dusty's awesome too.
It is.
Rob's channel is great. Such a genuine guy and great production value for sure. Silly Rabbit. That's why I wanted him to come on the stream, and I want to show you guys the most genuine, awesome content creators here, musicians, everyone that I have here, I really genuinely love and enjoy watching. And I think all of you guys should check him out. Give him a follow. He's also streaming, so if you want to pop in there, give him a follow, give him some love, and come in here. You're more than welcome to come back and forth. It's cool. So, yeah, so what's your schedule like? I know you've been also teaching bass here, which is amazing to do such. I mean, wow, talk about God's work. You got like one of the best bass players you can meet on Twitch teaching us how to play the bass. So
Thanks.
that's amazing. That's a blessing. And thank
So good.
you.
So generous, Jen. Yes, like I said, what I my main goal is to share, right? And I hope people can got here in the channel, they can have a great time and maybe learn one thing or two, right?
Mm-hmm.
And since I'm a teacher for 17 years,
Wow.
right? And on my bachelor, we had some disciplines towards teach music and to teach the bass. And if I know that, and if I have you guys as my friends and people who I care about, and I'm surrounded by bassists and musicians mostly, I thought, man, I need to bring more value, worthy to my channel and to my content. It's not just playing the bass and having fun. It's also to give it back what you guys are giving me, you know? So then I started my YouTube channel. Then I started to on Mondays, the Mondays based lessons, which I prepare some content, base content exercises, music theory, and we play here and we do this together. You know, it's not something that uh, I, I have the speech, I have the power of talk, and I talk, talk, talk. No, it's something that we exchange information and we play the exercises together because I think music is about this, right? It's about people exchanging information, exchanging their passion for something and not something one side only, you know. And that's my goal here. My goal is like on Mondays have a
Hey,
class
Dan.
of fellow students and studying the bass and enjoying music and uh, being able to express themselves better. That's my goal basically.
Beautifully said. Yes. And so you just started these not too long ago. Has it been 2 or 3 weeks, I think? Or
Yeah.
has it been like longer? Because I know I just started tuning into the bass lessons.
Yeah, I started. This is a long time idea that I had, but my schedule these days, they it were pretty affected by my risk situation, right? Because I thought that I would be able to stream 6 days a week, 5 days a week, because of this COVID situation, I don't have gigs, venues, and students, so I have a lot of time, a lot of spare time. So I thought, my gosh, I'm gonna use this time to study the bass, to play some games, and to stream more at Twitch and create more YouTube content. Basically, that was my idea. But I have tendinitis. We call tendinitis here. You guys call tendonitis, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have this situation, and I discovered that unfortunately I cannot play like 6, 7 days, 7 hours a day, and I have to be strictly go to physiotherapy and do some exercises every day. Something that I am pretty repetitive on my educational streams. You know
Mm-hmm.
how important it is to stretch, to massage, to rest, to have breaks, to not overwhelm your body. And because of that, now I think I kind of reaching my ideal schedule, which is one time a week teach the bass on stream, 3 times a week playing the bass, and one time a week playing games. I think that's gonna be my schedule from now on. And there's a plenty of content and plenty of opportunities to hang out with the bros, right? In different times, different hours. I'm from Brazil, so my time zone is different from
Yeah.
your time zone.
It's an
There
hour.
need,
It's not so
yeah,
bad. I for some reason in my head I thought it was like a big difference. I'm like, oh, it's just an hour. It's an hour
right.
difference. So yeah, I love it because I can catch you on stream and it works with my schedule too. So it's on Mondays, right? Bass lessons with Rob
Yeah.
on Mondays. What time?
My schedule is like this. Mondays, the bass lesson on my afternoons, 2 p.m. BRT. Tuesday, Thursday, and Sundays at 8 p.m. BRT, I'll go for the jams,
Mm-hmm.
playing over requests, playing thematic streams, you know, playing like the Dream Theater Prog Jam stream,
Mm-hmm.
and uh, and my game streams is gonna happen all on Friday and Sundays, kind alternating, you know, because it's gonna be like always a collab game stream, right? Playing with someone, and because of that, it's gonna be alternating Fridays and Saturdays. So for sure, it's Monday-based lessons at afternoon 2 p.m. Tuesday, Thursday, Sundays 8 p.m. BRT. Playing the bass, basically.
Monday's bass lesson at what time?
2 p.m. BRT. It's this same time that we're doing this podcast. Yes, the guys here are on my chat. They are talking about Abobobi Suki, about the dangers of tendinitis, and it's something that really happens, you know. And when I was a teenager, I was like really fearful about playing, and I want to play all the time. And I was like clocking 8 hours, 10 hours a day playing music, and without any stretch, without any healthy advice. And because of that, I got the tendinitis. And tendinitis is like a chronic situation, you know. Once you have, it's very, very hard, almost impossible to get rid of. Uh, so it's something that I constantly experience somehow, and it's something that I have to deal with. So it's possible to play music. It's possible to have like consistent to play every day, to study every day, to play in a high level, play hard stuff. But it's to do that. It's very, very, very important to pay a lot of attention to our healthy. You know, make some the exercises. Try to be kind of build a strong wrist, strong forearm, and people don't say that here. I don't think they say enough, you know. So it's something that I kind of repeat a lot because I want you the bro to be healthy and don't have this kind of problem. Freaking, thank you, man.
Yeah, wow. So when did this happen that you started getting pains and stuff like that? Like, what was it like recently?
No, I started to feel pain when I was 15 for 16, and I have here probably you guys. I don't know, you guys will see. I have a calcification here because of the tendinitis, you know, and this calcification, when I'm feeling pain or my wrist is not in good condition or it's not strong enough, it prevents me to go to this position here, which is the position that I do the warm up exercise, you know, and they stretch. And by not being able to do that, I cannot reach the fretboard. And with pain, our fingers they tend to close, you know, unconsciously, and it's automatic. You start to feel pain, you start to feel bothered and uncomfortable. Your fingers start to close, and with your fingers like
Mm.
that, it's impossible to play properly, right? So the best thing about that is like rest, and after that, do a lot of exercises. Maybe with doctor consultant or
Mm-hmm.
physiotherapist consultant, take some anti-inflammatory, right, with vitamin B, the complex B vitamin, to rebuild all the tendons in the proper way, you know. But it started on 15, 16, and I got a crisis on the beginning of this year that took me 1 month without playing bass. And after that, I was more uh, I had more consciousness about what I had to do to prevent that. So I started to exercise more. So every day at morning, I exercise every day. Every time that I'm driving, I have that grip, you know, that I can like drive with one hand and with the other hand
Mm-hmm.
doing the exercises to strengthen my wrist and my forearm and fingers. So I'm doing that every day since to be able to play bass uh, the way that I want to, you know?
Mm-hmm. And I also read that you're a JJ fighter. So you also
Yeah, exactly.
so how is that
There's
with your pain? Does that help? Do you stretch and exercise and do certain things and it does it relieve it? And tell me more about that because I want to know.
yes, there's some things that I think don't it doesn't mix that good. Like playing the bass, playing football, and fighting jiu-jitsu. On
Mm-hmm.
jiu-jitsu, I use a glove, you know, a glove that prevents me to do this exercise, this movement. It's good because there's a movement on jiu-jitsu that you go for the hand and you finish the guy with a hand lock. I do not know exactly the terms in English, but by using that glove, it prevents me that and prevents me when I go for his kimono, right? His lap here. I can suddenly turn my wrist, so I use that. But jiu-jitsu sometimes can be pretty pretty rough, right? Because it's a fight, and in a fight, mostly if you're competing, things can happen. You know, for I was fortunate enough that I on my jiu-jitsu time I just have two injuries,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and my two injuries wasn't wrist related. But my first injury this year on my wrist that took me 1 month to heal. I felt it did happen because my wrist was tired. I was like practicing fighting jiu-jitsu like 3 4 times a week, and I was streaming and I was playing a few gigs and I was teaching bass, so I got pretty tired, I guess, and I had to rest. I had to quit. And I think for the bros that want to fight jiu-jitsu and go for the base at the same time, it's totally doable. It's totally doable. You need just to pick your training partner. It doesn't go away if the guy is too much rough and too much competitive. And always stretching, warming up, using the glove if you feel like you have more confident by doing that. But here in Brazil, now talking about more jiu-jitsu. Here in Brazil, jiu-jitsu is a thing, right? We have here the Brazilian jiu-jitsu. It got its origins with the Gracie family. If you got the UFC back in the 90s, there was a guy called Royce Grace, and he fought a lot on the UFC back in the days. And it's more a grappling stuff. It's a mix between wrestling, judo, and something new. You know, so it's not about impact. There is no blows and strikes, and it's more about articulations and break things. And it's pretty cool. I think it's something that helps us with our mind, because there's a lot of discipline. You need to take care of your body. You need to be aware of your opponent. You need to take care of your opponent. So it's physically demanding. So it's a good exercise as well. And here in Brazil, unfortunately, because of this quarantine, we all the gyms were closed, and I don't practice jiu-jitsu in, I don't know, since March 23. So it's like we're gonna clock 140 days, maybe.
Wow. Yeah.
Amazing, and amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely affected a lot of
Yeah,
trainers, people that are into fitness like me. Like I teach yoga, meditation, and yeah, the gyms, the studios, they're not up and running yet, just yet. They're starting to slowly open up, but it's harder because and I want to take kickboxing again. I took it a couple of years back and I loved it. And so yeah, would you recommend it for ladies to like learn a little bit of that? Would you consider doing classes also online, and like you do bass classes or lessons, I should say?
yes, Mashida is amazing. Someone on my chat here, the one Jet Bro, how's it going, man? He mentioned Mashida, Lyoto Mashida. He was a karate fighter, Lyoto, and he learned um, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, and got to 1 2 FC. He's pretty good, pretty decent. And he's a good guy. He's a good guy. He went to the gym once. First, yes, I definitely do recommend jiu-jitsu for ladies. For one reason, I think jiu-jitsu is the most
Yeah, they're,
efficient
they're taking the time.
martial art ever. So if you are in a situation of stress, of course, kickboxing can be used, but jiu-jitsu is more lethal, so it's more efficient.
Ooh.
I don't know, to defend yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And about the other question, if I would go for some jiu-jitsu classes here, I really wanted to,
Mm-hmm.
but
Ooh.
there is like a certain degree that I have to obtain in order to be able to teach, you know.
Oh,
And
okay.
I have 11 years on university and more than 20 studying. Uh, so I need to practice to get at least my brown belt on jiu-jitsu in order to start teaching. It's like something uh, uh,
Certification.
yeah, it's not just a certification, it's more a thing about respect, you know.
Oh,
i
yeah,
could
yeah.
I could here teach some leg locks, some arm locks,
Mm-hmm.
some movements, but in order to prevent, in order to follow all the respect stuff that jiu-jitsu, judo, and all the martial arts they teach us, I have to achieve a degree in order to be called teacher and to be able to teach, you know. But who knows, right?
Hi, QT drummer. How are you? I saw you streaming yesterday. Yeah, it was really nice. So I have another drummer here saying hello to you, Rob. QT drummer.
Great guy.
Another great drummer. Yeah, so like that's something I would love too. Yeah, I mean that the whole bass lessons on Twitch. That's super smart. I think. I mean it's awesome. It's awesome. I really love that. So maybe you can teach us a little bit of moves here and there once in a while. Then maybe.
Yeah, of course, of course. Uh, someone with about Bobby, he said here about the grip, right?
Mhm.
Because when you're fighting, you change positions by using the kimono and the grip. The grip is like the same thing that in the bass or on the drums, right? There's the push pull grip. There's the a few grips. On jiu-jitsu is the same thing.
A little
So
bit.
it's like a very, very, very good exercise for the fingers to play heavy stuff, to play slap. So if you jiu-jitsu and bass, jiu-jitsu and drums,
Mhm.
they have like a very good and complementary side, you know. So it's pretty interesting. You need to be careful, like everything in life, right? And since you are practicing with other people, it's because it's pretty hard, almost impossible to practice jiu-jitsu alone. It's different from kickboxing, right? That you can keep punching the stuff. Jiu-jitsu is about uh, answering question, right? It's about you moves as a result as the other movement of your opponent, you know. So it's pretty hard to train by himself. So one thing that we need to be care of it and be paying a lot of attention is to pick our partner, our training partner. You know, because I've seen a lot of people on my gym and everywhere that he got an injury because the other guy was irresponsible. You know,
Oh
and
yeah.
once you get an injury, once you get, I don't know, you go and you got an arm lock and you tap, but the guy doesn't care and the guy break your arm, you're gonna be away of the base for months, away of drums for months.
Wow.
And that's it's pretty bad.
Yeah, so it's kind of like me going ice skating or doing something very risky for my legs and my arms to teach. So yeah, you got to always be aware of what you're doing, especially when you're doing those kind of moves. So that's true. That's true. Hmm. Wow. So what are your top 10 albums of all time? I know that's hard. I ask everyone this, so you can either come with 5 or 10 or whichever ones that you really feel like impacted you and inspired you to be a musician out of like all the albums that you've owned in your life.
Top 10. I think I have here behind me a few.
Oh yeah.
like the like the here we got a Scenes from Memory from Dream Theater is one. The Rush 2112 is another. The Amazing Words here, Bad from Michael Jackson. I have here Moving Pictures from Rush. Here is the CD from Bella Fleck and the Fleckness live at the Quake. I have Victor Wooten, Show for Hands, the first album from Jaco Pastorius, also moved me a lot. Iron Maiden, The Number of the Beast. This album here from Stanley Clarke's School Days, it was the first bass album, and it's pretty good. Um, Metallica Master of Puppets is also amazing and did change me when I listened for the first time. So I think I have several and more than 10 maybe. But music for me is it depends of my mood, you know. Sometimes when I'm pretty chill, I listen to this girl here. Probably you guys cannot see her and here. Her name is Hiromi Uehara. She's a pianist from Japan, and she
Oh,
plays jazz, and she's very good. When I want something more heavy, I go, for example, Gojira. Gojira,
oh yeah, that's
they
good.
have spectacular albums, you know. So it's like it's depending on my mood, and definitely for sure, my top five, top 10, top three, it would be Victor Wooten, Dream Theater, Rush, uh, Stanley Clarke, and all these guys. Progressive metal and jazz fusion, right?
Yeah, I love that. I love that. I like that you're very versatile and you have different styles and you mix them within your sound. So I know I was asking you before about originals. So you do have originals, but you're kind of waiting to disclose more of that later. So would you describe your sound of your originals? Like the what is it that you would call um, this type of music that you like to create on your in your spare time that you're gonna show us eventually? Hopefully, I'm hoping.
Yeah. Sometimes you on my stream about to start, I play some videos with some of my originals. On my master thesis, I wrote about Victor Wooten and Brazilian popular music.
Mm-hmm.
So summarizing what I did, it's like I took all Victor Wooten's techniques and I applied under the context of Brazilian popular music, aka the bossa nova, the samba, the baião. So if I had to define my what looks like my original songs, it would be fusion, right?
Fusion.
Because it has elements from jazz, like the chords and the chord progressions and some tempo aspects, but at the same time, it has a very region Brazilian stuff, you know, like all the rhythm patterns, the syncopation, and at the same time is it has my progressive metal side, which has all the unisons, all the phrases. So maybe when we don't know how to define something in music, we call word music or fusion. And
Fusion.
I think fusion it's like the best way to describe.
It's kind of like restaurants here. Whenever
Yeah,
they
exactly.
combine stuff here is in the city, you see so many different fusion, like Asian with like Latin flavor. So that's my favorite, like Latin and
Yeah,
um and Asian, like Thai food mix. I love it. And actually I wanted to ask you too, what's your favorite food? Because I love Brazilian food and they have great restaurants here where they come and then they do the whole Brazil. I wonder if it's actually a real thing. Like it's really celebrated here where they come with the different kinds of meats and then they you have like a card and you put like green or red. Do they do that over there? Is it just like an American thing that we're obsessed with like meat or
yeah.
something?
We have something common, Brazilian food and United foods from United States, right? We love carbs
Mm.
mostly,
A lot of meat.
and yeah, and like here in Brazil, people are so creative because, for example, the hot
Mm.
dog United States is what you guys had in a hot dog.
Yeah, we have it in every corner. Those regular dirty water hot dogs, in a bun, sauerkraut. If you want it with mustard or ketchup, I don't know. Some of us are like, oh my god, it's a sin to do the both. But yeah, that's
Actually,
basically yeah. We have New York flank steak. We have Yeah, big meat eaters here too, I would say. I mean, not really me, but like I know that it's a big thing over there. Like the culture is very, it's like carnivorous and a lot of meat, right?
Yes, here the traditional hot dog.
Mm.
It has the bread. It has two sausages. It has all three mayonnaise, mustard, and ketchup. It has
Mm.
ground potato. It has crisp potato. It has something called we call vinaigrette, which is like onions and lettuce. So it's like a bunch of stuff. And
Wow.
and this is the traditional. This hot dog is like the traditional American hot dog, right? The bread, the sausage, and the sauce, which is the traditional.
Mm-hmm.
And in Brazil, the same happens with pizza. For example, we had like 100 flavors of pizza, and all of them are traditional. It's like last pizza that I got, it
Mm-hmm.
was a chicken pizza with chicken one side, chicken catupiry, which is like a cheese,
Mm-hmm.
and the other side it's a flavor called Portuguesa, which is
Mm.
like uh, uh, corn, oil, and calabresa, which is like big meat. So it's a lot of stuff, you know.
Wow.
Brazilian, it's like they're heavy on
I
this
haven't
this.
eaten any I've had just like I have a bowl of cherries. This is like my breakfast. Cherries. Yeah, I'm getting hungry just thinking about all the different
Yeah.
foods, and I love me some Brazilian. Brazilian barbecue is delicious. Yes.
Yes.
So yeah, do you celebrate and do I know this year obviously, but like the whole carnival thing, and have you ever performed in any of those kind of floats or festivals over there?
Yeah, we have here the carnival, right? That you mentioned. It's on usually it's February and March, and
Gunana.
so I played in all of it, all carnivals, and I think I played in 17 or maybe 16 carnivals. Carnivals is a party
Ooh,
that
wow.
like 4 days in a row, you know.
Yeah.
And for musicians, it's pretty good because you work all days, right? So you get like 4 paychecks. For us, it's pretty good, and it's pretty it's also good because you play a lot of styles, and it's more about to make people dance. So it's a pretty big party. I think it's the biggest party here in Brazil, the carnival.
Yeah. Because
Uh,
that's all we hear about. Like we think of Brazil, we're like, woo, carnival, the gorgeous women with the big, and the whole festival and music and everything and food. So like, yeah, it's a whole vibe, right?
yes, there are a few places it's pretty wild.
It's a soda. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, the beaches.
Yeah, and it's like it's a holiday here in Brazil, so we got like 4 or 5 days in a holiday just
Mm.
partying. And I
Wild.
started with Carnival, and my first memory about Carnival is like this: it's like, oh, I have time to make some money, you know, and to make
Mm.
people dance. Basically, is this because it's about the dancing, right? And it's a very good time for the musicians because everyone
I
got hired,
remember.
so it's pretty dope.
Wow. So
Yeah,
you've performed. You've actually performed in Carnival. Oh my
yeah,
God, that sounds amazing. Do you have any videos? You have to share them one day with us, like
yeah. We're
clips and
gonna have
videos. And also, what's your YouTube channel? Put it in the chat if you can. The name, is it the same as your name on
yeah.
Twitch?
Yes, I think if you type Robson Baroli, it's gonna show up, and all together without space. Robson Samba. And I think if you type youtube.com slash user slash Robson Baroli, you go towards my YouTube channel. But my YouTube channel, I just post more educational based playthrough, some live, and I'm oriented to this. I have some carnival videos, but
Ooh.
you can find on the YouTube from the bands that I played, because the bands here I work as a sideman. It's like a freelance, right?
Hmm.
And when carnival or other parties or they require a bassist, a session bassist to play
Hmm.
their music, they hired me. Then I go and play. So basically, it's this what we do here.
Wow. So do you have a separate Instagram for that for your band? Do you have an actual website for that, or is it just like you just have it all in
No,
YouTube?
no, I think all my stuff is Robson Baroli. I don't have any separate from me, but they have. I gonna check and I'm gonna put on Discord so you guys can see.
Yeah,
Let
make
me
sure
see.
to follow. Can I get a shout out for Rob, and also if you can post the
Oh,
link to his YouTube, if you can find it, babe, that would be awesome, amazing. Yeah, I
later we
wow,
can do some
that's
more,
that's
guys.
super cool. That's super super cool. And yeah, so yeah, I know
Oh,
that in
night Bites. We got a raid here. Hello, Night Bites and brothers. Hello.
oh
Hey,
yes,
Danny.
raids. Raids for Rob.
Hello, Yuri. How's it going, my brothers? I'm Rob Sombroli. You guys know me, right? Welcome in, guys. We are doing something very different, very special today. Can you see this link here? Twitch.tv/ YenYorkCity. We are having like a podcast and talking about music, about life. So, guys, first of all, thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream, brother? And second, go follow Yin York and go watch the stream here because you can see everything. What can I do? How are you doing? 9 bytes. Yeah. And how are you doing, guys? Hello, Night Raid. Let's kick ass. Thank you. Oh, thank you. I can't think I said boss. Yes, she's here. She's Chloe.
Oh, Chloe, we want to see Chloe.
Yeah. And of course, guys, we're having a hell of conversation here. And after that, we're gonna play some music. Of course. Yes, this is the bro in York. If you type,
That's
if
me
it
right there with the.
both of us. And thank you so much, bro. Go guys, go follow Night Bites. Thank you so much, man. It's so special when you got a raid.
Yeah, that's always
People
awesome. The
they
community
like
is awesome on Twitch. It's so different than any other community, and music now has been growing so like it's gotten so great. Thank you so much, Night Bites. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate you. Thanks so much. Yeah, it's been great. It's been such a journey, but I can't believe you started gaming as a gamer first, and then it became like so then that's when you said, okay, this is the way to go. I'm gonna start just streaming my bass, and your whole setup is beautiful. I love the camera angles. You have and you even have a kitty cam for Chloe. We love Chloe.
yeah, we love Chloe. Guys, exclamation mark Chloe in my chat. Sleeping or trying to sleep. Let's see.
I know. I saw you bring her in before we streamed. You like grabbed her and you put her. You're like, come here, Chloe. She was sleeping.
Yeah, it's time for you to shine, Chloe. No
Yeah, she's a
problem, my
star.
friend. Thank you so much, bro. Thank you
She
so much. I'm gonna treat your community pretty good here, bros. Thank you
so
again for the raid.
Yeah, it's amazing. And also we have the music channel to browse and see different musicians, and that's kind of new. It was when you started streaming, they didn't have that option. Now it's just growing and it's become more and
Exactly.
more bigger, and it's so nice. So,
Exactly. We had this DMCA thing that I think scared all the musicians here on Twitch. But at the same time, with the end of Mixer, right? I think a few of streamers from Mixer they're getting here on Twitch as well. And because of the COVID, there's a lot of people at homes, right? So all these things combined, they as
hi
a
Boo.
result a boom of Twitch and the music community as well, right?
Thanks so much for the
So
follow.
and it's good, right? More people playing music, more people happy. That's
So
very true.
So speaking of music, now that we have more people here and you got this awesome raid, why don't we start playing some music and have Rob show us his magic, cuz he's amazing and I want you guys to see the magic here live. So what do you think? What are you going to start with? The big boy or the six
Ah,
string
people
bass.
were talking about Brazilian popular music, bossa
Hmm.
nova and stuff. So let's play some, right? Some Brazilian music on the
Sounds
double
good.
bass.
Oh, that okay. That sounds awesome.
So guys, let's prepare things here. I'm gonna change the scenario. New York is gonna change the scenario as well. So let's go. I'm gonna play actually not just a Brazilian
Hmm.
song.
Oh, it's a Twitch stream. Open. Oop. Click chat. Okay. So let me open because we had to do it a little bit different here. So let's go here. All right. On his stream.
And now we're gonna play music. Okay, my brothers. If you're here for the first, I'm Robson Baroli. I'm a bassist from Brazil. This is Chloe, and we're gonna play a few songs for you, my brothers. We talk about music.
Oh.
We talk about music. So we talk about life. We talk about aspirations. We talk about streaming, and now we need to talk, and we need to speak the same and universal language, music. Okay, brothers. So we're gonna play a few songs here. Let me choose, right?
Okay. Is it loud enough for you guys? Because I'm doing it from his. Let's see.
Nice to hear. Let's tune this, bro.
Hey guys, welcome to the stream. If you just tuned in,
Guys,
we are here with
double bass
Rob.
is,
He's
there are
gonna
a few
start
places
playing
to
some music
play
for us. Thank you so much for
upright
being
bass
here. We
or
just did an
acoustic
interview.
bass.
We talked about
In North America
his
and
interest, his
Europe,
how
the
he
double
started
bass,
on
in Brazil we call
Twitch.
this a
Bring
baixo
system
acústico,
millions.
which would be like equal to
Yeah,
acoustic
it's all the
bass.
way up. Is it too low still? It's all the
It's
way
the
up.
same pretty thing, but we play like upright and
Maybe here.
it has a different shape. Like you guys can see, right?
Hmm.
I'm gonna browse YouTube here to something. Acoustic bass are a thing. Yes, right? And for you guys, acoustic bass is like the one like acoustic here, and a baixo acústico is different right here. So it's like the same thing has different meanings. And there are a few places like people
Properties.
say upright bass, right? And upright bass, there is no translation in Portuguese, which is pretty interesting.
Just click the val. Yeah, it seems like it's all the way up. Shouldn't give you
I'm gonna grab here.
lever. Yeah, it's all the way up.
Let's see. Let's see.
It's all the way up.
Yeah, I can play Girl from Ipanema, right?
I hope it's not that
This
low.
version here. Girl from Ipanema.
Let me see. Let me see the
Classic.
stream.
Like the Portuguese word for it, sound classy. In French, we have a word for everything. Oh my gosh, didn't know that.
Yeah, it's all the way up.
Roberto. Let's take this version. Garota de Ipanema, this song, it's Tom Jobim, right? But brothers, there are so many versions from this song.
Yeah, it does sound low.
You guys don't have idea. There's even a video from Adenili talking about. So we're gonna put in here. Show more. What's happening here? We're putting some ads. I'm using a different setup, so it's taking a bit more time, right?
Okay. You guys can hear me? Yeah, I think maybe when he starts the music, it'll get louder. Because I have it all the way up on my end, so hopefully it's not so low. It would I think it would have to be more like he would bring it up more when he plays. Okay, it'll probably get louder when he plays. What about his stream on Twitch? Yeah, it's all the way up too. Everything is like blast, full blast. Alright, I'm gonna mute myself.
Tão triste. A beleza que existe, a beleza que não é só minha, que também passa sozinha. Ah, se ela soubesse que quando ela passa, o mundo sorrindo se enche de graça e fica mais lindo por causa do amor. Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes, each one she passes goes ah. When she walks, she's like a samba that swings so cool and sways so gently, that when she passes, each one she passes goes ah.
awesome was that? Are you guys enjoying yourself? We're here today with Robson, and he's playing the bass, and he's also streaming. So we're doing a collab right now. We're doing his stream and my stream. He did a Q&A. We did some questions, got to know him better, and yeah. So and then you could see him right there. He has his little kitty there, Chloe, and it's been super fun. So Tessie, how much longer are you streaming for? I'm not sure right now. We're just going with the flow. He's played 2 songs so far.
City. So you guys can click in here so to listen all the stream. Okay, my brothers. And we're gonna play. Let's play songs on the 6 strings, 4 strings. What do you think, Yen, bro?
Yes, bro. Let's do it.
Let's play. Since we don't have all the time in the world, let's play a Victor Wooten and a Dream Theater. And what do you think?
Ooh, some Dream Theater. Yes.
So let's change the bass. Here, real quick.
I like his laugh. Yeah, he has a great laugh.
In the meantime, Chloe for you.
Chloe. Aw, kitty. You can redeem some Chloe pets in his stream. Oh, she's so cozy. Look at her. She's so beautiful.
Hell yeah. There's a song, guys, from Victor Wooten. It's from the album Show of Hands. And I think it fits. This time we're talking about music, about the bass. Do you guys know me and I'm a bass guitar? So I'm gonna grab here the live version so we can.
Hey, Mojan. Thanks for coming in. Fiction Gems.
Coupling cut is cool.
Such a chill.
And then a Dance of Eternity. Dance of Eternity is a cool
Ooh,
one.
Dance of Eternity. I love that one.
And guys, we did it. A 4 hours Dream Theater special. And we negotiating with some bros to go for a Dream Theater band collab here again.
Oh yeah, you know EJ
There
Luna
will
is a
be
big
Dream
Dream
Theater
Theater fan.
So let's go.
Let's see. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. What's next? J, D.
Oh, you going there with the alphabet? Well, I
Yeah.
want to tell you something, my bladder. I went to school too. Let me show you a little something. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T.
This is crazy. This is Victor Wooten Brothers.
I hear you, JD. You done went to school. State, Penn State, or Penn State, Penn, one of. You know your numbers.
Yeah.
JD, back, JD. JD, James Brown. That's right. One more again. Hit me.
Woo!
Back in 1995, this was the sound.
Let's get to
That's right.
right.
Well, I try to eat right, take care of my health, set myself up, don't upset myself, cause I improvise. The call and ad lib, give what you like, cause I like what you give. If you ever come to my house, I'll tell you what you'll see. A house full of nothing, just my four strings and me. If you ever look for me, don't go too far. If you really wanna find me, you know where I are. You say it. Let's get talk. Well, that's right. Just my four strings and me. Come on, San Francisco. Let's get talk.
That's right.
JD, right? Take me on to the top, JD.
Think to do that funny thing you do.
Let's get talk. Well, that's right. You said, let's get talk. JD, yeah, take me on out of here. Take me on out of here, JD.
Hell yeah. Me and a bass guitar. And you're stuck. It's a great song though. It's a great song.
How fun was that, guys?
That was me and a bass guitar from Victor Wooten live in San Francisco, brothers.
Ooh, I love that.
And Yen, I have to ask you.
Yes,
Gonna
go ahead, Rob.
Open the microphone in the other setup. Got two microphones
What
here,
Dream
bro.
Theater song would you like to listen?
Well,
What
you-
Dream Theater song would you like to listen?
Home is my favorite Dream Theater song. Home.
Okay, let's go for home.
Home. Okay,
You guys
let's go
like
for home.
Hello, Reggie. And how the girls,
Do you guys like home?
And guys,
Hello,
let me
Reggie.
tell
And
you
all the girls,
something.
Fabi.
Today,
And guys,
this is an
let me tell you
extra
something.
stream, okay?
Today, this is an extra stream.
New York,
Okay.
this bro here with this link.
Yen York,
We
this
just
bro
had a
here with this
podcast.
link.
I was invited to join
We
her
just had a podcast. I
and we
was
talk
invited
about
to
music,
join
we
her
talk
in
about
her
life,
podcast.
we talk about streaming,
And we talk about music, we
bass,
talk about life, we talk about streaming, we talk about bass, we talk about cats, we talk about everything.
to her.
I would appreciate a lot if you guys
I
just
used
follow
to be with my bro.
to her.
Welcome,
And
welcome
I
again.
used to be with my rich bro.
And
Welcome,
brothers,
welcome
thank you so
again,
much
my
for
brother.
this. Thank you so much
And
for the bros
brothers,
who
thank you so
showed
much
up.
for
It was
this.
a different
Thank you so
kind of
much.
stream. In the first part, I was
Hey everyone, thanks so much for coming in and lurking. And we had an awesome interview. So now we're just watching him jam out on his stream. He's also streaming. So if you guys want to hop in and hop out back and forth, it's totally fine. Make sure to give him a follow, give him a shout out if you can. My mod in the chat. And make sure to check out Rob. He's an amazing bass player. So right now he's playing my favorite Dream Theater song, Home. So I'm going to mute my mic and I'm going to give him a listen. And let's go.
Chum Drums, Nimix Bro, Abu Bobby, The Daily Bob. Thank you so much, guys, for joining in. A Leader of Grief, Jorie, Night Bites with the Raid. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Who more? Valkyrie Sky, Hey Danny X, Suki Bro, AJ Luna Official, Thank you so much, guys.
EJ Luna Official. Thank you so much, guys.
And we shall play home from Dream Theater
And
to
we shall
finish
play home from the
this
theater
podcast, this
to
part.
finish this.
Hey, Heptar, how's it going, man? And I'll be
Hey,
back. I'll be
Hector,
back at
how's it
night,
going, man?
okay?
And I'll be back at night
With
with
our bass time, you know.
our bass time.
So let's put in here, home,
So
Dream
let's
Theater.
home.
This is track number 8 from Scenes from Memory.
Track number 8 from
It is so good. It is so good. Ow,
It is so good. It is
I'm punching the mic with my ear.
I'm punching the mic with my ear.
Who never, right?
Who never, right? Mine Pumiander is amazing.
Yay, the mix, bro. So let's go. The mix, bro. She's a streamer, brothers. Go follow her. She does art.
Go follow her. She does art streams. Nimix Bro.
Uma recomendação de como, pelo
That's
menos,
her
com a
name.
entrada de baixo.
Uma
Ativo.
recomendação de como, pelo menos, com a entrada de
Oh.
baixo.
Você
Ativo?
tinha Kurt, né?
Oh! Você tinha Kurt, né?
I don't remember. Você tinha Kurt. So
I
let's
don't remember.
go.
Você tinha Kurt. So let's go.
Thank you.